Before we dive in, drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoy true crime stories like this, be sure to like the video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share it with someone who'd love it too. ADX Prison doesn't look like a place where stories are born. It sits isolated in the Colorado wilderness, surrounded by silence, designed to erase influence and break communication. This is where the federal system sends inmates it believes can no longer be controlled anywhere else. For years, one man inside ADX was barely noticed. No incidents. No fights. No complaints. His file was clean, almost boring. But when federal investigators reopened a collapsed organized crime case from a decade earlier, his name surfaced again. And again. And again. The case had failed for strange reasons. Witnesses changed their statements overnight. Evidence logs showed items misplaced, then permanently missing. A confidential informant vanished after promising to testify. At the time, each event looked isolated. Looking back, the timing was impossible to ignore. Every disruption happened shortly after the inmate was granted one of his rare privileges: a monitored phone call, a legal letter, a brief conversation with staff. ADX had locked his body in a concrete box for 23 hours a day, but somehow, his influence kept slipping through. Former correctional officers described ADX as a place where violence gives way to strategy. Inmates learn quickly that shouting gets you nowhere. Silence, patience, and leverage get you everything. Power doesn't disappear in ADX. It adapts. Then came the envelope. It arrived at a federal prosecutor's office with no return address and no fingerprints. Inside was a photograph from the original crime scene, taken before police had secured the area. The image had never been released, never shared outside the task force. On the back, written carefully in block letters, were 4 words: "You missed something important." Investigators rushed to re-examine the case. Buried in old evidence was a detail they'd overlooked years earlier. A connection that tied multiple crimes together. A connection that pointed straight back to the inmate inside ADX. When questioned, he denied everything. Calm. Polite. Unbothered. He reminded them he hadn't left his cell in years. The walls, the cameras, the logs, all proved it. But the message had already done its job. They believed ADX was the end of criminal power. The place where influence dies and danger stops moving. 3 months later, another crime occurred in a different state. Same pattern. Same quiet precision. And this time, investigators found a note at the scene with a single line written across it. Still paying attention? They thought the man was buried behind concrete and steel. But ADX hadn't silenced him. It had only taught him how to work without being seen. If you think this story was intense, you're not ready for the next one. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it.